Did you know there's a simple 10-second test that can reveal if your muscles are shrinking faster than you realize? Research shows that seniors who can't complete this test are at much higher risk of falls, weakness, and even early disability. And here's the shocking part. Muscle decline doesn't just steal your strength. It quietly chips away at independence, heart health, and even brain power. I'm Dr. Howard Tucker, and for decades I've helped older adults unlock the science of longevity. Today, I'm going to walk you through what this 10-second test is, why it matters so much, and how you can use simple daily habits to reverse muscle loss, even if you're in your 70s, 80s, or beyond. So, what is this test? It's called the 10-second balance test. Here's how it works. Try standing on one leg for 10 seconds without holding on to anything. For younger adults, this sounds simple. But studies published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that nearly 1 in 5 seniors between 70 and 75 could not hold this position. By the time people reached their 80s, over half failed the test. Why is this so important? Because balance is not just about preventing falls. It's a direct window into your muscle strength, coordination, and nerve health. If you wobble, need support, or can't hold steady, it means your stabilizing muscles, the deep muscles in your legs, core, and hips, are already shrinking. This silent condition is called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. Here's the science. After age 30, we naturally lose about 3 to 5% of muscle every decade. By 70, that accelerates dramatically. And when those small stabilizing muscles weaken, your risk of fractures, hospitalizations, and even cardiovascular problems skyrockets. Researchers at Harvard have shown that seniors with poor balance have almost double the risk of early mortality compared to those who pass the test. But here's the good news. Failing this test doesn't mean you're doomed. In fact, it's your body waving a flag saying, "Pay attention, it's time to rebuild me." And the latest science is clear. Even in your 70s, 80s, and 90s, your muscles can grow stronger, denser, and more coordinated with the right mix of movement and nutrition. Think of it like this. Your muscles are engines. If you stop using them, they rust. But if you fuel them properly and give them regular tune-ups, they don't just keep running, they surprise you with power you didn't think was possible at your age. So why do muscles shrink in the first place? The answer isn't as simple as getting older. What's really happening inside your body is something scientists call anabolic resistance. Think of it like this. When you were 25, eating a chicken breast or lifting a grocery bag sent powerful signals to your muscles to grow stronger. By the time you're 70, those same signals become muted, almost like your body has turned down the volume. This resistance happens because aging muscles don't process protein as efficiently. Blood flow to those tissues slows, and hormones like growth hormone and testosterone naturally decline. Add in less movement, inflammation from processed foods, and chronic conditions like diabetes or arthritis, and your muscle fibers don't just shrink, they actually become weaker and more vulnerable to injury. But here's the part too many people overlook. Muscle loss is not permanent. Even if you've been told it's just part of aging, research shows the opposite. A groundbreaking study from McMaster University proved that seniors in their 80s who started a light resistance training program and added targeted protein to their diets doubled their muscle strength in just 12 weeks. That's not slowing decline, that's reversing it. So how do you fight back? Step 1 is protein, but not just any protein. Older muscles need proteins rich in leucine, the amino acid that flips the muscle-building switch back on. Foods like whey protein, Greek yogurt, salmon, and even hemp seeds are powerhouses here. The goal is to hit about 3 grams of leucine at every meal, enough to push through that anabolic resistance. Step 2 is movement, but you don't need a gym membership or heavy dumbbells. Simple activities like chair squats, resistance band pulls, or even climbing stairs can activate muscle fibers and remind your body that strength is still required. Harvard researchers found that seniors who performed light strength training just twice a week cut their risk of mobility loss in half. And here's the beautiful synergy. When you combine the right protein with even light movement, your results multiply. Protein gives your body the raw materials, and movement tells your body where to send them. Without protein, movement is like trying to build a house without bricks. Without movement, protein is like a pile of bricks with no blueprint. Together, they rebuild the foundation of strength. What's more, fighting muscle loss also protects your brain, heart, and independence. Stronger muscles improve circulation, stabilize blood sugar, and even release molecules called myokines, tiny messengers that lower inflammation throughout the body. Scientists are now calling skeletal muscle the largest endocrine organ in the body because of how it communicates with every other system. So if you've noticed your legs feel weaker, if getting out of a chair takes more effort, or if carrying groceries seems harder than before, it's not just aging, it's a signal. And the best part? Your muscles are waiting for you to answer. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most seniors think muscle loss happens only in the gym or the kitchen, but in reality, it's the little daily habits, the ones you barely notice, that decide whether your muscles stay strong or quietly shrink away. Take sitting, for example. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic call sitting the new smoking because hours in a chair switch off enzymes that keep your muscles active. Even if you eat well, long stretches of sitting cause muscles to waste. That's why older adults who simply stand up and move every 30 minutes have better muscle tone and lower risk of disability than those who stay seated all afternoon. Another hidden habit? Sleep, or more accurately, lack of it. While you're asleep, your body isn't just resting, it's rebuilding. Growth hormone, your body's natural repair signal, peaks during deep sleep. But if you're going to bed late, waking up often, or skipping those critical 7 to 8 hours, your muscles lose the exact window they need to regenerate. That stiffness you feel in the morning? Often it's not just age, it's your muscles missing out on their nightly repair cycle. Then there's food timing. Most people think it's only about what you eat, but science shows when you eat matters just as much. After a walk or light activity, your muscles are like sponges, soaking up protein more effectively. Skip a meal after movement, and that opportunity closes. On the flip side, having a protein-rich snack, like Greek yogurt with berries, within that 2-hour window, doubles the benefits of your exercise. Hydration is another overlooked factor. Muscles are nearly 75% water, and even mild dehydration reduces strength by up to 20%. Many seniors mistake thirst for hunger, sipping coffee or tea but skipping water. The result? Cramping, weakness, and slower recovery. Something as simple as carrying a water bottle and drinking consistently through the day can keep muscles firing on all cylinders. And let's not forget inflammation. Hidden inflammation from sugary snacks, fried foods, or processed oils quietly blocks muscle growth signals. It's like having static on the radio. No matter how much protein you eat, your muscles don't get the message. Swapping those foods for anti-inflammatory choices like salmon, walnuts, or leafy greens clears the signal, letting your muscles respond again. Here's the empowering truth. These habits are completely under your control. Stand up more often, move after meals, hydrate consistently, choose foods that calm inflammation, and protect your sleep. These are not extreme changes. They're small, daily levers that compound into powerful protection against sarcopenia. So if you've been worried about shrinking muscles, know this. Every step you take, every sip of water, every hour of good sleep is like a deposit in your body's strength bank. And the earlier you start, the bigger the return. Here's something most people don't realize. Muscles don't just run on protein, they run on oxygen. Every step you take, every time you stand up from a chair, your muscles are burning oxygen to create energy. Without a strong supply of oxygen-rich blood, it doesn't matter how much protein you eat, your muscles simply can't rebuild. Think of your circulation as a highway system. In youth, those highways are wide open, with smooth traffic delivering nutrients and oxygen directly to your muscle fibers. But as we age, plaque buildup, stiff blood vessels, and reduced heart efficiency start creating traffic jams. The result? Slower delivery of oxygen, slower muscle repair, and that frustrating feeling of fatigue after even light activity. Researchers at Harvard have shown that seniors with poor circulation experience 30% faster muscle loss than those with healthy blood flow, even if their diets were identical. That's how powerful oxygen delivery really is. Now here's the good news. You don't need a treadmill marathon to improve circulation. Even light daily movement, like walking after meals or practicing chair leg raises, increases blood flow by up to 40%. That extra circulation acts like opening up new express lanes, giving muscles the oxygen they need to grow stronger again. And food plays a role too. Beets, spinach, and arugula are loaded with nitrates that convert into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and boosts circulation. In fact, a study from Wake Forest University found that seniors who drank beet juice before activity had muscle efficiency similar to people decades younger. Omega-3s from salmon and walnuts also keep blood vessels flexible, while antioxidants from berries protect red blood cells from oxidative damage. Hydration ties into this as well. Remember, blood is mostly water. If you're dehydrated, your circulation slows and your muscles get less oxygen. A simple glass of water before a walk can actually enhance nutrient and oxygen delivery to working muscles. And here's something fascinating. Strong circulation doesn't just help muscles. It sharpens the brain, protects the heart, and speeds up healing throughout the entire body. That's why seniors who combine protein with circulation-boosting habits don't just regain strength. They regain energy, mental clarity, and endurance they thought was gone forever. So when you think about muscle, don't just think protein, think oxygen. Because every healthy muscle is really a well-fed, well-oxygenated muscle. Keep your circulation strong, and you don't just slow aging. You give your body the fuel to rebuild itself at any age. So, how do you know if all these changes are actually working? The truth is, your body gives you early signals long before you see big transformations in the mirror. And if you pay attention, these signs can feel like tiny victories, proof that your muscles and circulation are waking back up. The first sign many seniors notice is more stability. Tasks that once felt shaky, like stepping off a curb or standing on one leg, suddenly feel steadier. This isn't just in your imagination. It's your stabilizing muscles, the deep fibers in your legs and core, switching back on as blood flow and oxygen delivery improve. Another clear signal is less fatigue from simple movements. Maybe climbing stairs doesn't leave you gasping, or carrying groceries feels easier than it did a month ago. That's your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your muscle cells, producing energy more efficiently because they're finally getting the oxygen and nutrients they need. One of the most exciting changes is reduced morning stiffness. For years, many older adults accept that stiff, heavy feeling upon waking as normal aging. But improved muscle circulation means oxygen continues to feed and repair tissues overnight. The result? You get out of bed feeling looser, lighter, and more energized. You may also notice warmer hands and feet. That's a sign of improved peripheral circulation, blood vessels opening up and delivering oxygen where it was once restricted. Seniors often describe it as a subtle glow or tingling warmth that wasn't there before. And here's one that surprises people: better mood and sharper thinking. When muscles are active, they release chemical messengers called myokines. These tiny proteins don't just repair muscle, they lower inflammation in the brain and improve blood flow upstairs too. That's why building muscle doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you clearer, calmer, and more confident. Finally, the most motivating sign of all, your recovery speeds up. Walking, light gardening, even climbing a flight of stairs once left you drained for hours. But now, your muscles bounce back faster, soreness fades quicker, and you're ready to move again the next day. That's a hallmark of healthier circulation and stronger muscle fibers. Here's the bottom line. When your body starts sending you these signals, it's proof that the small daily steps you're taking, better protein, light movement, hydration, circulation foods, are compounding into real results. It's your body's way of saying, I'm not done yet. Keep going. Now that you know the signs your muscles are waking up, the next challenge is making those results stick. Because here's the truth. Progress fades quickly if you don't turn it into a daily rhythm. But the good news is, locking these habits in doesn't mean overhauling your life. It's about making small, repeatable tweaks that blend seamlessly into your day. The first key is consistency over intensity. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. What your muscles crave is steady, reliable input. 10 minutes of chair exercises every morning or a short walk after meals signals to your muscles, stay strong, you're still needed. Do that most days, and the effect compounds like interest in a savings account. Next is timing your protein. Seniors often eat light breakfasts and then a heavier dinner. But your body can't store protein like it does fat. To keep muscles fed all day, aim for protein at every meal. A scoop of whey or Greek yogurt in the morning, a lentil or salmon-based lunch, and cottage cheese before bed. Each one delivers fresh building blocks right when your body needs them most. Studies show that seniors who spread their protein intake evenly gain up to 25% more muscle compared to those who load it all at once. Another simple but powerful habit is hydration scheduling. Instead of trying to chug water here and there, connect hydration to existing routines. A glass of water before coffee, one with lunch, one mid-afternoon, and one before bed. This keeps circulation strong and prevents the muscle cramps and fatigue that come from even mild dehydration. Then there's pairing habits. If you already take a morning vitamin or medication, that's the perfect moment to add a few resistance band pulls or balance exercises. If you watch television in the evening, stand up during commercials and march in place. By linking new habits to old ones, your brain doesn't resist, it just flows naturally. And don't underestimate sleep hygiene. Simple rituals like dimming the lights an hour before bed, avoiding late caffeine, or listening to calming music give your muscles the repair time they need. Remember, growth hormone, the body's natural rebuild signal, surges at night. Protect that time like it's medicine, because it is. Finally, make it enjoyable. Choose movements you like, foods you enjoy, and routines that feel natural. The more your habits fit your lifestyle, the less likely they are to feel like chores. And here's a secret. When you enjoy the process, your brain rewards you with dopamine, which not only locks in motivation, but also supports muscle repair. The bottom line? You don't need perfection. What matters is building a rhythm of daily signals: movement, protein, hydration, rest, repeated often enough that your body expects them. That's how you transform small efforts into lasting strength and lasting independence. So what happens if you keep these habits going? Not just for a week or a month, but year after year? The payoff is bigger than most people imagine. Because when you protect your muscles, you're not just protecting your strength. You're protecting your future. The first long-term benefit is independence. Seniors who maintain muscle strength are far less likely to need assistance with everyday tasks like getting dressed, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries. In fact, research shows that seniors with strong leg muscles are up to 40% less likely to end up in assisted living. That means more years living life on your own terms. Then there's disease prevention. Strong muscles act like a shield against chronic conditions. They regulate blood sugar, lowering the risk of diabetes. They improve circulation, reducing heart disease risk. They even fight inflammation, which scientists now link to everything from arthritis to Alzheimer's. Every workout, every protein-rich meal is like writing your body a prescription for resilience. Another powerful payoff is protection against falls and fractures. A fractured hip can rob a senior of independence overnight. But when your balance, core strength, and circulation are strong, you don't just recover better. You avoid the fall in the first place. That alone can add years of active life. And don't overlook mental sharpness. Remember those myokines your muscles release? Over the long term, they protect your brain cells from decline. Studies show that seniors who stay physically strong have lower rates of dementia and sharper memory well into their 80s and 90s. It's not just about looking younger. It's about keeping your mind as sharp as your body. Perhaps the most inspiring payoff is quality of life. Imagine traveling without worrying about fatigue, playing with your grandkids on the floor, or joining friends on a long walk without hesitation. These are the rewards that stack up quietly until one day you realize you're not just aging, you're thriving. And here's the truth. It doesn't take superhuman effort. It takes small, consistent choices. A protein shake after your walk, a few resistance band pulls while dinner cooks, a glass of water before bed. These are the building blocks of a strong, independent life, even decades from now. When you live this ritual every day, your body thanks you not just with strength, but with freedom. Freedom to move, freedom to think clearly, and freedom to live life on your own terms, no matter your age. So here's the truth. Your muscles don't care how old you are. They only care about the signals you give them today. If you fuel them, move them, and protect them, they'll reward you with strength, balance, and independence at any age. But here's the question that should keep you thinking. If a simple 10-second test can reveal the hidden truth about your muscles, what other everyday signs might be warning you about silent decline inside your body? Some are so subtle, most seniors miss them until it's too late. In my next video, I'll uncover the overlooked signals your body is sending right now that can predict weakness, memory loss, and even heart trouble years in advance. Because once you know how to spot them, you can stop decline before it even begins. Your strongest years aren't behind you. They're waiting to be built. The only question is, will you listen to the signals your body is sending, or ignore them until they can't be reversed?